Here in the pregame show, Tom Wilson, head coach of Dowling Catholic. Coach, your team, 2 great starts. Kennedy's a great team, then you beat Valley. What's that saying about your squad right now?
Well, obviously still early, but very pleased with us after the first 2 weeks, and couldn't ask much more than, as you said, beating a sound Kennedy team and then beating a really good team in Valley that they're going to be heard of before it's all said and done. But just happy with where our kids have been after 2 weeks.
You have Ian Middleton, who plays both sides of the ball, really kind of a focus for you guys. What is it about him that has put you in position to win?
Well, he's a tough kid and loves the game and competes, great leader, everything you want in a player. That's Ian Middleton.
And you have a return of another running back tonight. What's Mr. Davis going to mean to you?
Well, obviously an all-state running back last year and carried the ball more than I wanted him to a year ago, but we're going to use him in some different spots, and Rashad's a good player, and we'll try to get him the ball some.
Offensive line, no senior on there, but it doesn't look it on tape. They just look like they're playing above their class. What's that say about them?
Well, they have been so far against good competition, but there's always going to be a learning curve, and there's no substitute for experience, and these guys have done well, but there's still a ways to go. But I think that's what makes it exciting, is that we know we're far from being finished.
Quarterback position, you had a couple of guys kind of jockeying, but one kind of emerged. DePhillips, what does he bring? I mean, he's a guy that I think you told me you called him a manager, but of course that's underselling it. Quarterback is so much more, but what do you need him to do?
Well, he's taking care of the ball, which has been great. He had the one mistake last week that, I think you give Valley some credit for that, but he's done a good job of just taking control of our offense. And Joey Nahas is the other, and honestly, he's a good quarterback, and we feel like we've got a good situation with 2 good players.
And you have another Wilson out there on the field. Trey is a guy that you know pretty well. A lot of kids have seen him on the sidelines for all these years. What is it about him as a player when you have to separate dad from coach, and what he brings to your team?
Yeah, he brings quickness, he brings leadership. He's another one that loves the game. He's been around it his entire life, and he kind of knows what he's doing out there, but he obviously takes that after his mother, so we're keep plugging away with him.
I still think of him as the little ball boy after
no
all
doubt.
these years, and now he's out there defensively up front. Again, Ian Middleton right there, the other side of the ball. Ian's a guy that he's everywhere.
Yeah.
What?
Him, Owen Pins, Carter Smith, Ryan Bobo, rotate Leo Thornton and some other guys in there, but they've played well. You mentioned Middleton, and we have to pick our spots with him because he's a big part of our offense, but that's just something we'll continue to juggle.
I asked you earlier this week about if you need your line to neutralize against a big offensive line that Ankeny has. How important is that neutralizing that the D-line has to do?
Well, it's important. We really don't want them to get their running game untracked, and that we know that they've got 2 good running backs, and they do a great job in the pass game. They are big up front. It's going to be a good challenge for us, and I've had a lot of people ask me this week, what is it about Ankeny that they're 0-2? Well, they've played 2 good teams, and there's a lot of good teams, and I think they're one of them. So I'm sure that they're going to get on track. We just don't want it to be this way.
Well, and that's what I'm guessing you've had to talk about your guys. Yes, they're 0-2, but your program is, over the years, you have to talk past the records. You have to, and just show them the tape and, look, this guy, remember, and then just say, remember the playoffs last year?
Yeah. I think our kids get it. I mean, if they don't, then we've got big problems. But no, we know they're a good team. It's going to be a tough game for us, but it's one we're looking forward to, and it's really our next challenge.
Ankeny brings in a couple of speedier backs. I think you said it seems like you've coached against Evan Erlmeyer a lot. What's tough about to defend him? Oh,
he's quick, crafty, smart. I mean, you watch him, you just watch him play baseball too. I mean, he's the same type of player.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it, to be honest with you. I think he's a good little player. Certainly isn't very big, but he's carved out a nice niche for himself as an athlete at Ankeny High School.
You don't have to defend an Acres this year, but they're still, again, trying to find a team. Do you see keys in pressure or in coverage against a team like this?
Well, he's tough to pressure, to be honest with you, because I think he's been sacked once on the year. He gets rid of the ball so quick. So you've got you've got to cover him, and you've got to make sure you at least put some pressure on him and make him uncomfortable. The biggest thing we can do is to keep him off schedule. If it's third and long as opposed to third and medium or third and short, then we can control a few things. They get the third and medium and third and short, then they're in control.
Well, looking at the Southeast Pope tape, I think they only had 6 offensive possessions in the game. So again, ball control, that's standard football.
And that's what they've done the last couple of years, really. Ankeny is, I think Southeast Polk had one series in the first quarter. And so that's no different than what they did, in the playoffs a year ago. And, quite frankly, the first couple of weeks we've faced the same thing. So it's, you have to understand that to respect possession of the ball, and you have to capitalize on your opportunities.
Have fun tonight, Coach.
Yeah, I will.
Good
Thank
to see
you.
you. All this TV and media coverage, it's like you've done this a time or two.
Yeah, well, fortunately I have.
All right. Tom Wilson,
Okay,
head
thank
coach
you.
of Dowling Catholic. Our pregame show continues right after this on CISN.